kart and he will take mine.
Awesome. What did you find was the difference in the two carts? Was one quicker than the other?
Yes, mine in this case is definitely faster. I'm catching him like nothing.
It's always best to have the overtaking guy with a slightly faster cart because it forces the defending guy to do a bit extra.
Yes.
And it's a fun exercise to do. Now, what you could do, I don't know if you tried to go at maybe even a busy time and
Mhm.
basically practice overtaking as a group. So the two of you are just going for overtaking.
Yes, so we practice on all weekends. This time we are practicing tomorrow on Monday. So we are all the team members at the track at once,
Amazing,
trying to defend and overtake.
amazing, amazing. I'd honestly try and practice overtaking in a group, especially in an endurance race when you're thrown out onto the track. You're going to join the race during your stint, and then you're probably going to be on pace with somebody in front. It's best to work
Mhm.
together with them and try and pass drivers as quickly and efficiently as possible. What you don't want to happen in the endurance is you get stuck behind somebody who you know you're faster, but we've all come across these drivers where they just place the cart in an awkward position where you can't do a switchback or it's difficult to dive
Yeah.
bomb. And then for laps upon laps, you're just stuck behind them. They might even have a rare case where they're fast on the straights, but then you catch them in the corners,
Mhm.
and then they pull you on the next straight. So try to be decisive and effective with your overtakes, and it always helps when there's a lead driver in front dictating that for you. So they're doing the overtake anyway, and you just follow right on their bumper behind. Two goes into one. It's one of the most satisfying and enjoyable things that you can try and focus on in the endurance. Other thing really is you're doing a lot of practice, you're doing a lot of laps, you're working on racecraft. The mental game is something which is really underrated because it's long periods you're going to be on track alone, extended out to what 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes to stint. What's the maximum you've driven like in one go in training so far?
We have done 1 hour, but it's never 1 hour non-stop because these tanks are smaller, so they need to be refilled after
Yeah.
2 to 4 sessions.
Have you managed to about 3 or 4 sessions continuously, no breaks?
Yeah, yeah. So even if there is a break, it's just they refuel and we are back on the track.
Excellent, excellent. That's really cooperative from your track because I know other places where
Yeah.
people try and train, they say, well, you've got to follow the format. It's only 10-minute sessions at a time and things. So it's good. You're used to the at least what 45-minute stints, you'd say? You've done
Yeah, we have done 1 hour as well with just like
amazing.
10 minute break in between, 5 minutes once and then 5 minutes both for refueling.
Wow, wow. Are you able to track your lap times after that 1 hour session? See all of your lap times in one go, like a printout or
Yeah,
something?
I can see it on the Race Pacer app.
Ah, you got race pacer. Perfect. How is the consistency looking like? Are you how many tenths within each other each lap? What's the difference lap by lap?
So let's say that the cart is fast enough for me to do let's say 39.1, 39.2.
Mm.
In that situations, I will be in 39.67
Hmm.
for maybe 50% of the laps, and other 50% will be 40.1, 40.02, something like that. So it's
Gotcha. It's about
unless
half
there
a
is a
second, you
overtake.
say?
Yeah, approximately that. Yeah, half a second.
Not bad, not bad. And I'd be worried if it was like 1 second or 8 tenths or something. Half a
Mhm.
tenth minimum. Try to keep it within that. And it's good in practice. You're already achieving that. Ideally,
Yeah,
try to keep it within 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Now, that's obviously asking a lot every single lap
yeah,
because there's going to be things which you can't control. For example, somebody blocking you, maybe
yeah.
somebody's lapping you as well. So that's something to be aware of. That of course you guys are going to be doing your best in a try and stay on pace, but there's going to be drivers who are experts, and they're most likely going to be lapping majority of the field. So
Mm.
always on the exit of corners, when you have a brief straight, have a glance over who's catching me from behind. And corner by corner, when you do that, you know the guy's going to catch me in 2 corners time or 3 corners time.
Mhm.
So give them way cleanly where you're not hindering yourself too much by completely stopping on the side and letting them through. Sort of stay on the outside line. So give them the racing line for one of the corners, and you stay off, and just try to tuck right in behind them. So you use this to your advantage. Yeah, you're conceding position. You're being lapped by someone faster. But at least for like 2, 3, 4, 5 corners, try and follow them as best as possible, because they're going to be doing the fastest lines, and they're going to be
Yep.
braking at the proper spots. So yeah, you're
Mhm.
not going to be able to keep up with them for the rest of the stint. But those few corners where you're on their bumper, try to absorb as much information. And even if you're getting lapped frequently, that just means you have more time to stay on someone else's bumper and see what lines they do, and try and implement that into your own driving. You'll find as the endurance race goes on, you'll become more and more confident in your line. And hopefully by the end of your stint, so the hour 9, hour 10, 11, that's when you should get some of your fastest laps.
Got it. Uh, One more thing I wanted to ask you is, because this is a pretty small track, it is
Yeah,
500 meters,
yeah.
and this has 9 corners,
Hmm.
and almost all the corners are pretty technical. Where, given what you expect from a rental car track
Yeah,
in this city, so this is probably the most technical. Versus the Dubai one, that track is like 30 corners. The All Star circuit is 30
yeah, yeah,
corners. So how do you even know where to brake, where to lift?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I I I I saw that one video that was online. The guy took
Yeah, the
us
track ad,
over.
right?
Yeah, the racing line was the YouTube channel, I guess.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
so what I did was, whatever he said, I took the map of it on my iPad and I wrote down everything he said on the corners. Yeah, I have to
Amazing.
brake here and lift and all that.
Mm,
But I have seen certain corners where he says you should lift, but
mm,
if I don't remember and I brake on that corner, then I think that is like a loss of maybe zero point 0.5 seconds or so.
mm, mm-hmm,
And if I lift on a corner where I should brake, I would not get as good of a exit, because
mm,
there are certain corners where you can get away with lifting, but you have to brake just so you get a better exit on the straight. So how do you even remember
yeah.
that much in a track which is like 30 corners?
Honestly, your expectations have to be realistic. You're going to a brand new track, and you've got to attack it as if I know nothing about these corners. So yeah, you can do all the YouTube research you can do. That's a great start. You make some notes on a track map. The moment you do your first few practice laps, you'll be like, okay, I need to brake here, or I need to start lifting over here. And it should be a progressional thing where you're not going to try and go 100% on your first few laps. No, we're actually going to be 70%, 80%, almost scoping out how the track feels in real life, what the actual width is. Can I carry a bit more speed through this corner? Do I have to lift a bit more? Do I have to brake a bit more? I would say stick to the basics. So in any of the
Yep.
corners, tight corners, we generally try to brake for. Wider ones, yeah, you probably lift for. And others, try to go flat out. Also, always be observant of the sound of the engine. Make sure you're not bogging down. Make sure on the corner exit, you're not, uh, people in front aren't gapping you. That probably means you went in a bit too fast. And then within that first practice session you do, you will
Mhm.
know, I like these corners, I'm quite confident here, but there's these corners which are killing me. And that's what you need to make notes of and use in your whole session analysis. So the good things that you enjoy, you keep on doing. But the corners that are really, hindering you and you feel obviously slowing you down, you've got to speak to either other drivers who are quicker, maybe within your team or on other teams,
Yep.
and get their feedback. How are you doing that? How are you doing that? And if you're able to even follow some drivers on track, just be observant how they're taking certain turns. But if you are really stuck, then go back to the absolute basics where you're taking the corner in isolation. You're thinking, where is my entry point? Is it going to be wide? Is it going to be middle? Am I going to be tight? Where is the exact braking point going to be? Is it going to be very early in the corner? Can I go very deep in the corner? Where is the exact apex going to be? Is it going to be early, mid, late? What corner follows this? Should I stay on the right hand side of the track on exit? Should I go to the left? And when you can really break a corner down like that to the bare bones, then step by step from entry to apex to exit, you start trialing things. So you might start off with early brake, mid apex, wide exit. And then you'll find, well, that's a bit simple. I'm under the limit. Why don't I try and brake a bit later? Maybe even go for a slightly later apex. And on the exit of the corner, I don't need to go so wide. I can save meters by staying in the middle. So all of that experimenting and trialing is obviously done through lots of seat time, lots of track time. And that's what you need to, of course, divide, because you're going to arrive on which day on the race weekend?
I'm going to reach on 23rd. So we have a Ironman session scheduled on 23rd. Then I
Amazing.
have one scheduled on 24th as well. 25th is a break and 26th is the race.
Mm-hmm. So 23rd is 1 hour Ironman, is it?
Yeah.
Non-stop?
So two Ironmans of 1 hour, one on 23rd, one on 24th.
Oh, beautiful. Back to back, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You see, with with Ironman, I know it's good to do an hour straight. I'd probably take the Thursday. Is it the Thursday, the 24th, right?
Um, yeah, yeah, it is
Basically,
Thursday.
basically the second
Yeah.
Ironman, I'd replicate that as your endurance stint. The first
Mm.
Ironman, I'd try and do 15 minutes. Do you have a GoPro? Well, you're going to take the GoPro, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Do 15 minutes, have a 5 minute break in the pits, discuss, show your footage to some of the faster drivers in your team, get out there, try and change something. Another 15 minutes. Implement what you're trying to experiment. Remember, whenever you implement something new in a session, try to keep that limited, 1, 2, maybe 3 things maximum, because you want to know if that thing you're experimenting is actually making a difference in lap time. So keep everything the same, but just change the line for that corner. And then the next session, you change the line for another corner or the braking for another corner, etc. You're limited for time. I mean, of course, if you were a resident driver there, you have lots of weeks to do this practice, but 2 hours
Yep.
is plenty. You know that a lot of drivers don't even get that. So divide the first Ironman up into 15-minute or 10-minute intervals, and then the second day just go for a non-stop stint. Now, the second day is very important because I want you to think of how can I keep my lap times within that half-second range. Let's try and keep it within half a second, ideally. If you're really, really pushing it, stay within 2 or 3 tenths of each other. That'd be an excellent target. So
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing here is you're bringing purpose and objective to your practice sessions. It's not just freestyle. We turn up to the track. Yeah, we got 1 hour. No, we're going to have a strategy before this. We're going to stick to the strategy throughout the practice. And then at the end, we're going to analyze and talk to other drivers, faster guys maybe on your team and other drivers at the track as well.
Got it. Yeah, the only thing is that I think is like what you say is right, that you experiment and see what corner works out with, and you discuss it with other drivers.
That's it.
And if you think that that corner is like you're messing it up, then you just take one corner at a time and experiment. But it is like 30 corners, right? And the fastest,
Yeah.
I think the fast lap there is 1 minute 41 seconds on that particular layout. So if I'm starting out, I'm considering I will be close to 2 minutes because I won't know the lines in the beginning. So if I take like one corner at a time, it will be like one lap is gone on just one corner. And if
Of
I
course.
take like 3 laps to figure out one corner, it's like 3 hours or so.
It's not going to be like that because the first few laps, right? You're going to be slowly going, building up the speed step by step, and then you'll already be confident in majority of the corners. I reckon 50 to 70% of the track, you'll be like, no, this is as the video, as the track guide. But there'll be that 20-30% where you're like, this hairpin down here is a bit difficult. Maybe the indoor section, there's a couple of corners I'm not sure about there. And then,
Yeah.
as I said, keep doing the good things and just focus on experimenting new things for the stuff you're unsure about.
Yeah, I hope the video holds up that I watched because they have gotten new SOD cards and they
Yeah.
are fast. They are like 10 miles per hour faster than the old ones.
Don't worry too much about that. You see, faster carts just means you probably need a bit more braking in the corners and take a wider line. More speed, more of the track you want to use. Slower the cart, tighter the line you take. So don't get overwhelmed by these things. I'd also say at the end of the day, go there and enjoy it. Be free to drive because as we saw in practice, you're having a good bit of fun. You guys are
Yep.
overtaking, defending, dive bombing, switchback, all this, and that just shows you're relaxed and you're free. So drive freely, don't be tense, breathe. Breathing is one of the most important things that drivers forget. They tense up and, so many things going through your mind, but you're there to enjoy. And as long as you stick to the basics, try and stay to a one kind of line. Don't overdo the speed on corner entries. Make sure you get your best possible exits. You should be good, I reckon.
Got it. Thank you.
All the best, Manav. Maybe there's going to be a last minute meetup between yourself and I. We'll keep you posted, of course. I hope we can go ahead with that. I think that was a solid
Yep.
bit of analysis. What we're going to do is take a quick break to take some comments because we got Captain Awesomeness in the chat. Now, Captain Awesomeness, we really want you to join the academy. If you go to the KTips website, there's a free link to join. That's not only for Captain Awesomeness, that's for all the other viewers. There's Yusuf in the chat over here who's asking as well. Go to the KTips website, join the academy, send a request to join. I'm going to admit you guys. So when you join the academy, let me refresh. Let's see if anyone's requested. We've had Nasser. Nasser, I've admitted you. You're going to come up with the landing page, which is where you see all the posts. So for example, we've got today's track help session. You have the meeting link so you can join this discussion. And also go ahead and share a track map, maybe some onboard footage of yours, anything you want to discuss really. Put it over here so we can go through it. We're going to do at least 5 videos or track maps in each session. Keep it to about 2 hours. And then just share, your own karting experiences. Marcel over here, he got a new PB. He explained, how he got that. The track was a bit cooler. Harry over here sharing some things about how you can put your data over your footage. People sharing their wins, all these different things. Additionally, we've got some resources for you guys. It's free resources such as the ebook. The ebook, you can download it, take a read through. This is the second edition, a very much expanded version. Take you a lot longer than the first edition to read. And then we've also got the level 1 training program. So the level 1 training program is a 4-week practical program. We got some video lessons. Then we've got online coaching with me. A lot of people ask, how can you take your karting to the next level? Well, this is it. We're going to go and go through your track across 4 weeks and get your fastest lap time. That's simply the objective with this. So all of that can be found on the academy. Send a request to join. We look forward to admitting Captain Awesomeness. There was Yusuf there and a couple of people in the chat as well. I believe Central Line too. Right. We have got Saad joined. What's up, Saad? Welcome back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Saad? I can hear you. How
Hey,
have
how's
you
it
been?
going? I've been good. I've been good. It's been a while since I joined one of these.
Yeah, remind me, Saad, where are you joining from? Is it UAE?
I was in UAE, but I just moved to Canada.
Ah, okay, amazing.
Yeah,
Karting Town when you joined last time.
yeah. I used to race at Karting Town and Yas mostly, but mostly Karting Town. I did
That's
sprints
it.
every 2 weeks.
Awesome, awesome. So how's karting life in Canada? Have you settled down?
I mean, the closest track to me is an indoor track, and it's not the best
Okay.
because I'm like all the other tracks over there are very serious about karting, and here's just like
Okay.
a leisure track.
And is
And
this
all the leagues are full for now. So
which area in Canada do you live in?
downtown Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. We had a number of people join uh, over the past few months from Canada, and they were doing, I believe, tracks near Montreal. Is that quite far from
Yeah,
Toronto?
that's like a 5 or 7 hour drive.
Wow, wow.
They have SWS races there only in Canada.
Ah,
So
amazing. So this indoor track, is it a electric or petrol?
it's electric. That's what I miss about UAE because most
Right,
of
right.
them are electric, and they're not
Honest,
even Saudi carts either. So
honestly, you got to find your local track and then look out to maybe dedicating more time to travel and check out, especially outdoor tracks. Canada's got very, very good karting scene, and
yeah.
it's just a matter of time now because
Yeah,
you
I'm
will have to
thinking of
commute.
getting into professional karting or like the Briggs that they have, the 4 strokes with
All right.
those chassis. But I'm still looking. a lot of other options. I want to get into two strokes because I did one race at Karting Town in two strokes. It was a
Wow.
SWS, but with IAMI carts with rental
No
car
way.
chassis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very
Okay.
fun. Yeah,
And is that like a regular thing there, or is that new, like a
the
one-off?
IAMI no, they borrowed carts from another track, Rock Track, and they brought them to
Mm-hmm.
Karting Town for just like one day. It was very fun.
I was
I
gonna
had
say
like one of the worst crashes, but
it was worth it.
yeah, it was.
No, that's awesome. So, do you have any footage you wanted to go through today? Any track
Yeah,
maps?
I just posted it like 30 minutes ago. You could see
Awesome.
it.
What I'm gonna do is bring up the list from today. Let me just share my screen. So, what we've done Manav from today. We
Right
had
there.
Ollie put it up. Is it Mazen?
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. Okay, that's Mazen's one. Perfect. Um, we've got yeah, Ollie's not turned up. Marcel as well. He didn't post. Before we go to yours, so is it Saad or Mazen?
It's Saad. Like my real name,
It's Saad.
Saad.
Okay, gotcha,
Mars is
gotcha,
just like a gamer tag. Type.
gotcha. Awesome. We just in the meantime we had Omar Sleem join. What's up, Omar? Welcome back.
Assalamu alaikum.
From
Sorry,
Salam.
sorry about yesterday, man. I got hacked on WhatsApp.
Okay. You were sending me messages early in the morning. I was thinking, what's going on?
No, I got hacked on WhatsApp. I got
Gotcha.
the person logged out and everything.
How was the training today? I missed
Horrible. The track
today.
is absolutely horrible. Too dusty. The best time was a 49.1.
Not bad, not bad.
No, last session we were getting 48s. Well, not me, but the others.
Fresh tires they had.
Yeah. No, not fresh tires.
You sure?
Abdullah Al Khatir was on fresh tires. He got a 49.5, which is
Okay.
unusual. For me, my best time was a 50.7 because I was battling all day against D2s.
I saw some footage. I think Muhammad put some footage up today.
Of
Is
course he
that
did.
today's footage?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If
Let's
you want,
just
I can send you the footage and you
yes,
can review it.
good. We got some time to go over it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go over Mazen Saad's footage, and then we'll come to yours after. All right.
All right. Where do you want me to send the footage?
Send it on the academy. Send a link.
The Academy. All right.
Kit, have you got some footage or anything you wanted to go over today? You had any track maps or something you wanted to share today? Or are you just joining in the live? All right. No, I think you're muted, Kit. If you put your mic on, I'll be able to hear you. No worries. I don't think Kit is there. Cool. We're gonna start with Saad over here. So basically we're at K1 speed. So K1 speed is the equivalent of team sport in the UK. It's too bad Guy Williams left. He's the team sport expert, indoor kart expert. Would have loved to hear his input on this. What kind of session is this then, Saad?
It's just a public arrive and drive session.
Awesome. On a busy day, you'd say, or off peak?
This session wasn't that busy, but there were a couple I did the same day, and they were crowded.
They were, right?
Yeah,
What's
I
the difference?
oversteered
Yeah.
into someone, and I got T-boned like really hard
Oh,
on
how were
this
your ribs?
corner right here at this hairpin. I thought they were
Jeez.
broken, but thank God.
Yeah. I was gonna say, especially at that kind of turn, that looks lethal. So, did they give you the full speed?
Yeah, they do.
This full speed 4 they have in these cars. And what have you found? Electric versus petrol. What's the biggest difference for you?
It's the throttle input is just instant compared
Yeah,
to the revs building up, and it's
exactly.
very sensitive to brakes as well.
How's the boost button, if they even have one on these?
They
Do
don't
they give
have
you the
this
boost?
on this track apparently.
Gotcha. Is it normally the
Boost
green and
button,
red you pay?
yeah, green. The red is reversed, and then green is supposed to be the boost button, but they don't. I mean, we're already on the highest speed. I don't think.
Yeah, and I can tell this looks quick compared to
Yeah.
some other footage people have submitted from K1. This is definitely quick. How many sessions have you done at this track then?
My last one done 11.
11
6
sessions.
visits,
Yeah,
11 races.
amazing. And what's the progression been in terms of lap time for you?
So this specific footage, there's I think lap 4 where I did a 22.8,
Amazing.
which is really good.
And when
The
you were
average times are
first,
like
yeah,
22.1, 22.0. So
and when you were first visiting the track, what were you sort of hitting first few sessions?
I was hitting a 23.5, 23.6.
Okay, so you've really brought it down to about a second, second and a half.
Yeah, but then I went to another session. I don't know if it was a cart,
Mhm.
but I got a 23.2, but I was very consistent throughout all the laps, like 1/10 difference between each lap.
Amazing, amazing. And definitely the cart will make a difference. Have you tried a different cart in every session you've sort of done?
Yeah, I have. I do ask them to give me like this cart in specific sometimes because the tires and everything is perfect, but every time it
Yeah.
keeps changing.
Is it
So
cart 7, this one?
yeah,
Cart 7, gotcha. That's one of the quickest, which is always good to take once you've become a regular at the track. The first, 11 sessions, was it a new cart every time, or
I'm not
you
sure
sort of,
about that. I had
yeah.
some carts that were bad. I had them multiple times.
Mm,
Because when it's too crowded, you can't really pick, and they're just in a hurry to put you in the session and get it
of
done.
course. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting, this actual surface they use. Do you find it's quite slippery?
No, it's very grippy. Like the first time I went here, my arms, my legs were just sore the whole day.
Wow. It's deceptive then. It looks slippery, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'd love to go to like team sport or somewhere that
right,
looks
right, right.
slippery with like the wooden floors. Because over here it's way too grippy.
And you can tell the shaking and the juddering in the car.
Yeah.
You
This
see,
is good. Like I've
yeah.
had worse sessions where I'm just going up and down in a straight line.
Okay. It's that bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, with high grip layouts like this, you want to avoid even being too hard on the brakes, sliding a bit too much as well, getting oversteer, because then the shaking becomes very excessive.
Yeah.
What has your indoor versus outdoor techniques been like? Have you taken anything from outdoor karting, or is it all new for indoor?
Well, the normal threshold braking and
Threshold brake, okay.
just the basics. But in indoor karting, since there is understeer, like a lot of it on this
Mm.
track, most of my inputs have to kind of predict them.
Mm.
Especially this double apex that just passed, you have to
Mhm.
be very precise and predict the turns.
The track itself, we'll go back to lap 4. You had a clean run at the beginning, and I just want to go through corner by corner. I thought your driving is very smooth, very much on top of the limit over here. Is it about what 2 minutes 30? You'd say lap 4 is about now.
I think so. I keep getting confused. I watch this footage all the time.
Yeah,
It's just
this is basically the start
it's
line area.
around yeah.
Let's get the pen up.
The start line is in front. So like right after this corner.
Yeah, let's put this in slow mo as well. Um, Super, because I saw some grid marks over here, and then
Yeah.
is it
So
like this one over
you're right
here,
here.
the start
Yep.
line? Yeah. So setting up for the first turn. This is technically turn 1, fast right-hander. You open up slightly, but then it goes into. Is this a flat out left-hand turn?
No, it's more of a lift
Yeah. I think
because you have too much understeer if you go flat out.
was your line compromised by this guy, where you took it slightly tighter than you would normally, or do you
No,
just?
I usually take this tight.
Yeah, you just stay in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Save the meters, stay tight. On exit as well, you don't go too far out wide, right? You just try and stay
Yeah.
middle. Cool.
So my reference point is I don't know if you can see, but they have squares like grip tape squares.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So here I just lift and turn.
Amazing. Get some rotation. Are you trying to get close? Yeah, you're nice and
Yeah,
close to the left-hand
trying to
apex.
be parallel to that.
Awesome.
So it opens up the next turn. This apex, you don't really have to hit it.
Yep.
I see people going wide, but this one's very important for the straight.
Got to get close, right? It's almost a chicane style corner, so it goes from the left immediately into a right. I think this was a really nice example. Getting
Yeah,
close, staying slightly within this cracked line, so you can flick it to the right. And then this is all flat, right? How about
yeah,
just before this? This was all flat, right? You lift and
yeah.
then flat, flat.
Flat out.
Are you leaning over here maybe?
I mean the carts are very, very heavy. I've
Yeah.
tried. It doesn't really make a difference.
You didn't feel difference though. On exit,
Yeah.
nice and wide, carrying that speed.
And then I turn about here, but I avoid the apex
Yep.
because I kind of have to
Shallow
go deep
apex.
into the corner. I went too close to that, but you have to go wider and then brake and then grab a late apex.
Yeah,
The
braking.
braking over here is very. I can't get it down consistently
Mm,
because sometimes I have too much understeer or I start hopping.
yeah. You see, with the hopping, I found a similar thing at one of the indoor tracks I race at. When they resurfaced it, I had to go for a more progressive brake,
Yeah,
almost like a trail brake, and then just release before the apex. The moment I tried to do threshold brake, the hard brake, short period, there'd be too much hopping, and I'd literally be jumping, and that slowed me down. So being a bit more progressive on the brakes and just keeping steering inputs as minimal as possible is the best. This is really nice. Nice and close to the apex, into a right and then a left immediately.
yeah.
Nice and close through there. So basically, is there any clear reference for braking or is it on feeling over
Oh,
here?
they use. So I was watching fast laps, hot laps of people
Yeah,
explaining how to get a fast lap. There used to be
nice.
a barrier or something on the left, and it's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of have to figure out, like, you see where that K1 is?
Yeah, we'll just go
S-
back over
That
here.
banner. So
One of
that,
these, right?
yeah. So there used to be like something in front of it, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
reference point. So now I'm just kind of like, I just brake right around there.
Yeah, it's on feeling. So you really got to
Yeah.
judge the distance, and then better to be on the brake sooner than later so you can get a good exit. Look, you're already on the gas or the accelerator before the apex there. Minimal steering input. I love how you're being nice and smooth. Flick it to the left, hug this part. All flat out now.
Yeah, there's just one more hairpin
Here we
coming
go.
up.
Wide
So I'd
entry.
brake right here at the red barrier. And
Awesome.
this is more of a threshold brake,
You can, right? You just
like
jab
just
the
a
brakes.
stab.
Yeah, stab the brake. Nice bit of rotation. Clip the left. Really, really nice on the left-hand turn there. Open up a bit for the right. Flat out.
Yeah, but sometimes when the cart's bad, it's
Mm,
very hard to keep it towards the inside. The
mm.
under,
You turn right and you go straight.
yeah,
I get what you mean. And that's a quick lap done, right?
yeah.
So this exit is very important because final braking point. I thought you did the rotation here really well, slowed the cart down nicely. And then, yeah, you've got to turn in a bit earlier than normal just to hook the cart.
And I feel like I was too there. I could have minimized the meters between the last barrier
So coming
just
out
a
of
bit.
here,
Right here, yeah, this barrier. Feel like I could have been a little bit closer.
yeah, potentially you could. Those are small things. But on exit, do you try and you come out a bit to carry that speed, right?
No, I try keeping it on the inside. I found that if I just try keeping it towards the inside,
Mm-hmm.
I get a better time.
And that can be down to the instant acceleration as well, because
Yeah,
you build it up quickly, reduce the meters, come close to the final corner through there. I think what you're doing is on this lap, especially in isolation, really, really good. Great, great lap you've shown. Now, what you want to do is obviously get a clean run, maybe with less traffic, and then try to go for a challenge where you're keeping each lap within 1 or 2 tenths of each other. And that's where you
yeah,
can really dial down your line because you've got the overall knowledge now of the track. How can I do each lap as similar as possible? And then that will really force you to focus on each and every braking point and, yeah, drive each lap as similar as possible. But you do need certain factors like a good cart, fairly empty track. Don't go too early in the day, otherwise, the track is cold and things like that. When
Yeah.
do you normally drive at this track now?
I go around like I'll go like randomly during the week on like Tuesday, and then I'll go every Friday, and I'll do like 2 or 3 sessions depending on how
Amazing.
busy it is.
They don't do any like local competitions or something like that with
They do. So
league races.
they have like a league, but as soon as I got to Canada,
Yeah.
they didn't have it was sold out at this specific track, and then there was another one like 30 minutes away. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh, I'll book that. And then I wake up the next day and that's sold out too.
Okay, it's like that.
So they told
It-
me I have to wait till like spring.
it's not like Middle East where you can just turn
Yeah,
up.
that's what I miss. Because Yas would have sprint races every
Yeah,
Friday.
there you go. Honestly, you gotta, I think, keep looking.
Yeah.
And maybe those that are available, they might be a bit out the way and it's not convenient, but it kind of is what it is. How's the weather there now? Is it
It's
raining and
getting
things like that?
colder. It's
Mm.
raining every now and then. It's getting colder. And that's the thing. I can't go outdoor karting because all
Yeah.
the tracks, like the leagues, are done.
Okay. So basically, the season for karting is off right now.
Yeah, it ends in October and then it starts in March after all the snow and everything's gone for outdoor.
Gotcha. See, yeah, now it's the wrong time for competitions and all. Then.
Yeah, and I've been used
Ah,
to ever since I started karting in
yeah.
February of this year. Every week has just been races for San, yes,
Yeah.
karting town, and now it's just like nothing, just normal
Nothing.
session.
K1 speed, huh?
Yeah, that's
No.
the most co-op track I've been to.
Uh, I'd encourage you to keep up the practice, whatever practice it is, whether it's indoor, preferably outdoors is good because of what you're used to. And
Yeah,
then I think there's these odd tracks who are just for owner carts. If you have your own cart, they just do that. No
yeah,
rentals.
that's what I was gonna ask you if I should make the move to owner carts, 4 strokes or 2 strokes or something like that.
I think if you want to have a bit more fun and you've got the budget to put towards it, I'd definitely
Yeah,
look at some options. You see, the owner cart scene will be different country to country. Normally, people are selling carts either secondhand or brand new through teams, and really check out what the most popular and accessible engine is there. So in Middle East, they do a lot of the road tax and IAMI championship.
yeah.
Those are the two most popular. In Canada, you need to look in your area. Are they running more four
They do
strokes
have
or
road tax, but I think it's
yeah,
more in Montreal. Over here, it's more about 4 strokes.
yeah? And four strokes are
So
easier to maintain and
yeah,
rebuild and things
but
like
they
that.
they don't sound good.
No, that's it. And the speed is a lot less. So
Yeah,
it's just about finding the community now. There's
yeah,
normally a league race of guys who'll do it. They know the schedule for the races, and you normally find them either through Facebook pages or websites, or simply by just going to the track and meeting people
yeah.
in person. Are there any races like that coming up that you've researched?
Um, well, the Road Tax Max Challenge, I think there's like a race or two coming up.
Nearby? Like, is it
I'm
something
not
that you
sure.
can?
I think it's in Ontario, but probably not in Toronto. But
Gotcha.
what I've been planning to do since I moved is just kind of like find sponsors or something and
Yeah,
kind of get into a more professional racing league rather than
yeah.
arrive and drive karting, or somehow like I've been looking at open wheel racing as well.
Okay, interesting. Is that
But
caterums and things, or
huh?
is that caterum, or what kind of open wheel?
Like F4 Formula 4.
Okay, single seaters.
Yeah, it's just that there's so much limited information online on how to really enter.
Yeah, the best way is through going to these events in person, and you'll find easy access to organizers, teams, all these kinds of things. And really, especially my experience in motorsport, you just got to put yourself out there and do these trips, whether
Yeah,
it takes a few hours to
I've
the
been
track. And
focusing on making like videos and karting stuff and trying to
That social media is
build
a
up a
great way.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone told me that I posted a video, and someone told me that in the UK they didn't specify which track, but they said
Yeah.
it's £15 for an hour on the track.
Wow. For karting?
Yeah, I don't know what track it is
Oh wow.
because over here
That's
it's
not bad.
$33 for 6 minutes at K1.
33 for 6. Wow. K1 are really squeezing people these days. That's
Mhm.
that is definitely the high side for Indo electric karting. Indo electric karting should actually be the cheapest. It's normally the outdoor petrol that's more expensive. So I'm surprised with K1.
Okay, well, it's more of like a entertainment center than
Yeah.
it is a racing thing. But
Speaking of Canada, we've got Noor here. What's up, Noor? Welcome back.
Hi.
Noor, we just like your advice. Saad is where do you live, Saad? In Canada?
downtown in Toronto,
Yep.
downtown.
He's just moved there. Any advice on tracks he can go, competitions he can do?
Oh, I don't know if I'm experienced enough to give advice, but in Ottawa, Gatineau, there's Amigo that we go to often. There's Quillon as well, and Top Karting that I know of, but I don't know. I heard about K1. I want to go visit it, but I haven't been yet.
There's K1 Cambridge, which has elevation and all that. But K1 Speed Toronto is the worst track you could ever go to.
Yeah.
Well, what's the league that you do, Noor? It's Amigos, right?
Yeah, so I just finished the Amigo one. And I also did the Quillon one.
And
this
that's all
summer.
rentals, basically.
Both are rental, yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's lots of different options. It's just Canada's a big country. I'm afraid,
Yeah,
Saad. So there's
it was so easy to go from track to track in UAE because like
right,
Sharjah was like 2 hours away from me
not
from
bad, not
Abu
bad.
Dhabi. So now it's 4 hour drive, 6 hour drives.
Keep me posted. Let me know what sort of comes out of this, and if you find an owner kart league of some sort, would love to know how you get on, and some footage, of course, as well. That would
For
be
sure.
that'd be really good. Was there anything else before we move on to the next driver?
No.
Amazing. It's always a pleasure, Saad. And you can stay on the live meet or you can follow the live stream.
For sure.
Take care. Take care.
You too.
What's up, Marcel? Welcome back.
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. It's great to have Marcel back. I think, Marcel, you've been in every single track help session consecutively. Is that right? Since many months back.
Yeah, I thought I was missing this one because I was confused about the Eastern session you planned on Saturday. But
yes, great reminder.
I'm in late today, but okay.
No, it's great to have you. It's great reminder, Marcel. I mentioned that. Let me just share my screen. What we've done is added a new track help session on Saturdays. So this is in addition to the Sunday, as we're doing today. The timing for Saturday is more suitable for East Asian viewers, simply because right now in East Asia, it's, I think, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for a lot of people. So it's not suitable. We have dedicated people like Manav from India. There was Ivan, who used to come on from Thailand, I believe, at early hours in the morning. But to make it easy on those guys, we're going to do an early morning session for them or afternoon session in addition to that. Now, we're going to try and live stream that, hopefully from next week on IG, on YouTube. So those of you watching from the East Asian side of the world, that's your chance to get some footage in if you normally miss the Sunday sessions. Do you have any footage from today, Marcel? You wanted to?
No, not for today. I will be driving on another track in December, and
yes,
one of the sessions is fine to discuss that one because I only have about 7 minutes left, so it's not really suitable for today. But I did want to drop in.
Awesome. One thing I wanted to discuss with you is this post you made a couple of weeks back. How awesome is this? You got some karting vouchers.
Yeah, and they gave me 6 sessions, so that's really cool. So I'm doing, and that's really me in the right picture. Of course, it's moving, but Yeah, that was really cool.
So how did this come about? Your boss knows you love karting, and
Absolutely, they know. Yes.
that's it. That's it. So you're famous. You must show them the track help.
Ah, no. It's basically I restarted karting because of a team meeting and a company meeting
Ah.
at Coronel Karting in the Netherlands, and that's a famous guy in racing in the racing world.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to my son, hey, do you want to go karting one day? And now
Yeah.
we're karting almost, what is it, 13, 14 months? So
Excellent, excellent. And now you're doing different tracks. You're trying. Is it all petrol you've done? Have you done any electric?
this one you are showing is electric.
This is
So yes,
electric. Okay,
yes,
awesome.
that's better for me. I need traction. So
You need traction and instant speed. Honestly, electric is quite interesting to try. And have you used all the vouchers now from this
no,
fee that you did?
I'm saving them for December as well because
Yeah.
the other outdoor track might be closed due to weather conditions. It's not that hard as in Canada, but
Yeah.
last weekend we had a frozen track, so that was
Oh, okay.
really bad driving. You can't see it's wet or slippery, so that was
Right. It's that
so
time of year now. We've got past summer, so
yeah.
indoors will make lots of money. I think during this time, indoor karting.
Oh, absolutely. But it's cheap, so it's around
It is cheaper,
16.
right?
Oh yeah, 16, 17 euros for 10-minute sessions. So indoor,
Yeah,
outdoor, petrol, electric, doesn't matter. So it's
yeah.
really affordable.
Saad, who was on earlier, was saying the outdoor was $33 for 6 minutes of indoor,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is crazy.
And the 15 pounds in the UK somewhere, that's the only one I think is 15 pounds because England is really expensive in my experience. Maybe
Mhm.
Harry can say something about it, but for me, it sounds really expensive in the UK.
It is. I think you can affirm that, Harry.
Oh, definitely. Definitely,
What was
definitely.
it? Daytona charge £100 for, or £110 for outdoor two-stroke, something like that.
They charge £100 for
Holy smokes.
10-minute race, 10-minute qualifying, 20-minute
Oh,
race in two-stroke.
So you buy a Ryanair ticket to the Netherlands and you can get
Yeah,
some tracks
exactly.
here and it's cheaper.
it's
Holy
cheaper.
shit.
Well, a two-stroke is different. Two-stroke, they can add that tax on. Yeah, it's faster and all this. But no, even the outdoors is have been climbing steadily. I think is it £40 is coming up to now, 35, £40.
I mean, Lakeside as an example, £60 for half an hour.
£60 for half an hour,
And
246.
Buckmore is 65 for half an hour.
We
Gotcha.
really paid the half of that.
I don't think
I-
anything can compare to this.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I did
What's
look
this
up
one?
in the Tottenham
85 for
Stadium. Yeah, fuck
15
off.
minutes.
Sorry, my language.
This is quite interesting, this concept. Honestly, it's just for vibes, this track. And I believe if you take any of these races, apart from the elite session, they don't even give you the full speed. That's in my experience. So, maybe it's changed now, but I don't think so. So you're basically having to fork out a lot for a very limited
And
experience.
it's the
Safety,
exact
as they
same
say.
as team sport. Same team sport
Is that team
cars.
sport?
The same
Okay.
as team sport.
And they limit the speed now as well?
Yeah, from what I know, it's the exact same model as team sport cars, except from they
It
have
is.
the steering wheels.
Awesome. What's up, Saad? Abkari.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I was just saying we had another Saad on, and then the OG Saad joins. Saad, you've been joining Track Help since the beginning, I believe, in January, right? The first
Yeah,
ever
since
sessions we used to do.
yeah, the first one I was there.
The first ever one, exactly. And that one's not on YouTube. That wasn't live streamed, actually. It's only after that we started the live streams and things like that. You got any footage from today? Or any footage you
I
wanted
did
to go through?
some two-stroke renting today.
Nice. How did that
Yeah,
go?
It went pretty well. I just had like really bad tires, and the
So
front
it
would
was an
like
owner
skip
car
everywhere.
chassis or a rental chassis?
It's an owner car chassis with a 2-stroke
Nice, nice.
engine.
Rotax Senior?
I think so. I really don't know.
It's probably it's either a junior or a senior. Yeah, the fast engines basically. Because you
I
you
think it's a
shared some
senior.
footage from I think a few months back. I remember outdoors. You were trying an owner car.
Oh yeah. It's the
Similar
same
to that,
track.
right?
It's just a different car.
It was a different car. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No worries. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to Harry. Before that, Noor, do you have any footage you wanted to share? Any track maps or anything you wanted to go through?
No, I'm just listening in.
Awesome. You guys are all welcome. We got Harry with some Sandown D-Max footage. Talk me through this, Harry. If I'm on the right link, first of all, there's a YouTube link.
I'm
So
off, by the way.
Sorry, Marcel.
I'm off, by the way. See you
No
next
worries.
week.
Take care. Take care, Marcel.
Yes.
2 videos. So there's that one, which is my fastest lap.
6.9.
And then
That's rapid.
yeah, and then there's the there's a Google Drive which has the full video.
Amazing. Let's look at the full. Is that a YouTube link actually? The
There's a
same thing.
YouTube link, and then there's a Google Drive link. The YouTube link doesn't work. I don't know why, but
Gotcha. It's saying it's processing. I think in a few minutes it's going to come through.
yeah,
It's a
they're
big
both
file.
not working. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
even this one
That's
I'm going to
not.
have to download.
Yeah, it's a big video. I don't think you will be able to, but let's just watch this footage instead then.
Yeah, let's go through it. This is a typical practice session.
This was a race, but there was no one really near me.
Okay, wait, is it the 10-minute quali
So
and then the 20-minute race one?
yeah. So this is the last lap of the race.
They got the new phones on the thing. Is that your phone or Daytona's?
No, it's Daytona's. So I mean, the first
Nice.
time I did a Daytona race, they had these and they were useless. They didn't update at all. It was just like having a big white like screen just flashing in your face, which didn't do much. But now it shows
Okay.
you like the time remaining, the position, and it updates all the time now instead of the other one.
Is it distracting or you can take a look at it across the lap?
I mean, honestly, it didn't distract me that much. I had a clear visor
Yeah.
and it's pitch black, so it really wasn't that bad actually.
Okay, excellent. And how is the layout? Can you like select where to put the certain I guess timings, best lap, last lap?
I think
The layout control?
yeah, the layout's changing, but the start line is, I think
No.
it's.
I mean the screen. You know, the
Oh right, no,
on-screen display.
you can't change anything. It's kind of just like if you see down the straight, you'll see what it looks like.
Okay, I'm just trying to
a human
pause it.
DRS.
Yeah.
A human
I just
DRS.
wanted to get.
There you
Yeah,
go.
look at
So
that.
top left, that's the position, and
Okay, fourth.
then that's the lap underneath,
Mm-hmm.
and then underneath that, that's the gap to the leader, or no, the gap to the cart ahead,
Nice.
and then the top right one is the last lap. The
Mhm.
middle right is the fastest lap, and then the bottom right is the cart behind gap.
That's amazing. Yeah, the fact that you have gaps to guys in front, behind, last lap, best lap. Wow, you could do so much with that. That's like having a. It's more than a Micron or Alfano.
Yeah.
Because you don't get the gaps in front and behind in those. You just get your laps. What about speed? Do you get speed on these? I don't think so. You got speed, right?
No, I mean I don't have the speed, no, but I mean you don't really need that stuff. I think it's more just like the kind
No,
of.
no. That's for analysis. And speaking of that, is this the data thing that you posted on the group about?
Yeah, so I found out
Amazing.
that there's this like free app that used to be made by GoPro. It's been like discontinued, but you can still like download it and find stuff from it. So this is basically like it uses all the GPS information and maps it out for you.
How simple is it? You can do it from your laptop, your phone.
I mean, I wouldn't call it the simplest. Like you have to go through a lot of different websites to like extract the data from the videos and stuff. But it's not necessarily that hard. But I mean, I tried to put all of the footage together to it, and it just didn't process. It was really difficult. So it's only made for kind of like short videos.
I'm gonna try and bring it up on the one of the track. Well, I'll try and find it now whilst we're at it. Somebody reached out months ago about on-screen display and telemetry. Probably was last year, I think it was. I need to try and find the exact name of the guy, but the way he did it was, I believe he was using AI. So you're able to just put your video on his website, and then it does everything automatically.
Oh right, I know who it, Race
no.
Vision.
Race Vision. That's it.
Race-
That's it. Race Vision.
Yeah. I think instead of like data, they map out. So I think they map out. So you give them the timing, and
Mhm.
then they map out when each lap was. So like you can just go to one part of your video, and you can see where that lap was, and you can compare it for your quickest, your slowest, your second quickest, your third quickest.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't think it uses any of their GPS data, but you can also like
It's all right.
put the overlay on, I think.
This is it. So he sent this one, February this year. I watch your videos. I'm working on a project, and let me know your thoughts. So apparently, you can start for free. You put, as you're saying, these overlays over. Save time. Create video. So do you know this driver? Is he? I guess he's a driver at the track.
Yeah, I think so. I think my friend Caleb uses them. I think Guy uses them as well sometimes.
Amazing, amazing. So this was all as of February. Now, if we go to his website, he's still got this option over here, which is awesome. And have you tried this feature, by the way?
I've tried it. It's quite helpful to find like your fastest lap, but I mean, it's like it's a lot of kind of like it's not difficult, but I mean it doesn't show like the data like the G forces and stuff like that, which it does.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's more
So this, we see guy over here. There's a number of guys are using it. I need to try this out myself. Actually, I haven't got around. You reminded me of this to check out some on-screen display. The one you've mentioned then is Dashware. Is that what it's called?
Dashware, yeah.
I'm going to try both of them out. See how they go. How do people normally do it? Is there some kind of paid version that is,
So there's this other website called like telemetry, there's like a GoPro telemetry extractor as well, like could make a dashboard, and it's not cheap. It's like £100, I think, to buy
wow.
$100. So it's
Yeah.
not cheap. Like a lot of their products aren't very cheap. So I think like the Dashware is kind of a better alternative. Obviously, as it's free and it kind of does the job, I guess.
Absolutely. It looks like your video has not processed. I'm not able to bring
Yeah.
it up from earlier. But just talk me through that whilst we got sidetracked there a bit.
Yeah.
This was
So
an open race. First time at Sandown?
yeah. So the only time I put in a
Nice.
D-Max otherwise was Milton Keynes, and it was a lot more different.
Okay.
Because
Was it faster or?
I think the carts. I think Milton Keynes, their carts are more top end. I mean, I remember at the 24-hour they had like the Sandown carts like 6/10 slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
We
is
know
why they
from
didn't. They
experience.
had the 24-hour race yesterday or today. It finished today
Yeah,
actually.
I was following. How did that go? Do you know anyone
Uh,
who's participating?
yeah, my friend is in the Elite Karting series. So there's a series which you use
Nice.
the like they're like kind of like I guess you could say like Club 73, or they're just like a championship which go across the UK, and they use like Daytona, Buckmore Park, and
It's
so
Luke, right?
yeah,
The
yeah, Luke,
organizer.
Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Luke's a great guy. I've met him a couple of times now, even in the last 24 hours. Before that, I met his father in Buckmore. His father is, I believe, race director there,
yeah.
and really top guys, top family, great initiative. They're the ones who did the tuition as well, right?
Yeah.
Remember
They
that
hosted
one we
my
did?
Milton Keynes edition as well. Yeah.
So it's quite a popular series now. I remember years ago they set it up, and I've been trying to get him on track help. He's been busy these days, but he's going to be coming on one of the days to have a chat and tell everyone about it. Have you done any EKS, any rounds on his championship?
So I only done one round at Buckmore Park, and so it's an interesting format. They change it up sometimes, but
Yeah.
before the race, he like splits everyone up into their own group. So like he
Uh-huh.
will just like judge your kind of capability, and
Yeah.
so there's 2 splits usually, sometimes 3. So it'll be like
Yeah.
split 1 and split 2 and split 3, which is like A final, B final, C final, I guess. So I was in
Mm.
split 2, and I mean it was a really good phase. We had 1 shot qualifying and 2 20-minute races, and I won the second one and came third in the first one.
Amazing, amazing. And they go all over UK.
Yeah. So I mean, this year they went to the Daytona tracks. Each time they changed the layout,
Mhm.
and then they went to Botmore Park twice this year, I think.
Okay.
And I think they were going to go to Tamworth, but instead going to Three Sisters Circuit in Wigan.
Amazing. Yeah, so those are top tracks actually.
Yeah.
What are the prizes for the competition?
I think if you win or top 3, you get the the ADX karting experience for a day or something.
Nice, nice. So a bit of owner karting.
Yeah.
Just
But
rounding up. Yeah, go for it.
sorry, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say, Karen.
No, I'm just saying, just rounding off what we've got in the background then. This is a PB, of course, 46. I believe that's very competitive, right? What's the record? Is it 45s
I think
that
it's
people have got?
from Dante 44.6, but I think that's
44.
on
Wow,
the
rapid.
old tires. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
really sure, but the track was freezing, and these Dunlop
Yeah.
tires do not warm up at all.
Okay. No, it looks like a cold session. I'm surprised it wasn't raining, actually.
Oh yeah, wherever I go, it doesn't rain. It's
It
it's
doesn't rain. Oh, okay.
it's a curse, but it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Did you see any of the regular Sandown guys? There's people like
Yeah,
Yassine, Henry Lopez, I believe.
yeah.
Were they in this race?
No, so I did invite them down, but they weren't free. But I think I'm going to
Yeah.
do the Thursday night league and see them there. But Archie
Nice, nice.
Bullard and Nick Fallon were there, so they were quite quick.
Yeah, Archibald, those are guys. They probably won this one then.
Yeah, Archie won, and then it was Nick, and then it was another guy.
Amazing, amazing. Say hi to Henry and Yassine from me. They were the first drivers I met at Sandown when I visited in 2023, and we got the same session that afternoon. So it was a fun race we did, and they're doing Club 100 now, right?
Yeah, so I think Henry is in the lightweights, and I think so is Yassine, but I don't think Yassine
Yeah.
does it as much. I mean,
Gotcha.
Club 100 are now split up into a South Championship and a North Championship.
Wow. As of when? Recent?
So next year there'll be an
Okay.
8-round Southern Championship,
Yeah.
and then there'll be a 5-round Northern Championship for the
Mhm.
juniors, and then they've got rid of the endurance for the seniors, and now they've replaced it with SP40. So that'll be
All right.
a 2 20-minute races.
Gotcha.
So I
So
mean,
based on popular demand and things like that, I guess
yeah,
they've,
basically.
they've catered for it. Oh, that's good. I mean, it's got very popular. Lots of people on the waiting list and things like that. I heard.
I think they're trying to make it a bit more accessible. So I
Yeah.
mean, maybe I think the booking's open soon. So I mean, if you're planning to come to the UK sometime, you could maybe get onto a race.
Absolutely. So is it the Club 100 website you got to go on?
If you go to the Club 100 Instagram, they've got all the
Yeah.
dates for all the series there, and you can see that then.
Amazing. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Hopefully for next year to pass by, and I'll let you know. Are you doing Buckmore next year?
I think I might be doing the Club 100 this year, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm planning.
How about Buckmore Endurance? You know, you're telling me about last.
I'm planning something. I mean, I was there's the Lakeside and also the Buckmore, but I'm not sure which I want to do.
I think Lakeside is a bit more of a vibe.
Yeah,
It's not repetitive. I'll put it that much. But Buckmore's great. Buckmore's great. It's established and things like that. But Lakeside is a bit. It's a great track, and according to what Guy was telling me, they had an amazing race last time. I think it was 12 hours they did.
yeah. It's the first 24 they're planning next year.
First 24. Yeah, that's why I think it'll be a vibe.
I really want to focus my money on getting a kart though.
Definitely keep an eye out. There's always good deals, especially in UK, going around. and you might have to go up and travel to check out the card and things like that. But let me know what you're planning to get.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do the GX series, which is getting a lot more popular now.
And very budget friendly. I think is it £1,000 to enter, and then there's just some.
I think it's.
costs
I'm not
after
sure
that,
about
or-
entry, but I calculated like the car and everything pretty much, and it's like £3,500, which isn't that
Three and a
bad.
half. Okay, for the whole season.
Just to buy all the like the car. I'll go through a time. I'll name some parts like the engine,
Yep.
the chassis,
Yep.
the Alfano, the trolley, the
Of course.
rims. What else? There's like the transponder, chassis protectors, frame protectors, all that. I've gone through everything pretty much.
To get you on track, basically.
Yeah.
And is that brand new then? For £3,500.
No, so like you have to have. So you go through one set of tires the entire season.
Hmm.
There's no wet
Oh,
tires,
one
just
set of
slicks.
tires the whole season.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then the chassis has to be older than 2018.
Older.
Or 2018 or older.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it.
Ah. Okay. Right. This one set of tires is very interesting because is it rentals that they use then, like these hard compound
They use Maxi Sports.
Maxi Sports? Okay, noted. Because I know Mojo and Vega are very high on wear. Like within, of course, it depends on the cart you're driving, but in road tax, wow, within 8
Oh yeah.
15-minute session is done. That's like
Yeah.
1 hour, 2 hours of driving is done. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're quite a hard compound.
I was gonna say, and of course, then the speeds are gonna be lower in the GX category, but that's a perfect transition. If you've done lots of rentals and even like the 100 and stuff, the chassis is a lot lighter. You get a lot more speed, and the techniques will translate over. Have you tried Pro Kart UK?
So
Has-
I'm planning to do the test with Tedderson and also
Okay.
Pro Kart North because Pro Kart South unfortunately shut down.
Did they?
Yeah.
So is it Josh who's still running Pro Kart?
I'm honestly not sure. All I know is that there's no Pro Kart South and there's only Pro Kart North now.
Right. I did a test with them or track day in PFI. It was Josh who was organizing everything. And then, yeah, I thought things were running well. He was doing very, very good promotion on social media. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram, Procart UK.
Yeah, I think kind of like the Pro Kart South kind of just got kind of replaced by ADX.
Mm-hmm. You know, ADX did okay because it was post COVID. I think 2021, he really took off Procart UK. And because it was arrive and drive, people are willing to pay £50, £100 for, an experience. And that's why I'd encourage you to try Pro Kart if you don't want to buy the GX cart straight away or you want to feel out how it is. It's basically the same they offer. And yeah, they do the endurance series with GX.
Yeah, me and my friends are interested in BPEC.
BPEC, that's it. There's a driver, Harrison Pugh. A friend of mine, he's with Apollo Racing, I believe it is. They're one of the top teams in there. But let me know how it goes, Harry. It's always great to find out what your next plans are in terms of the series that you want to join. Anything else before we move on to the next driver?
That's all great, thank you.
Been a pleasure, Harry, as always. Let's catch up next time, hopefully. Go to some comments on YouTube. We had Yin. He's talking about the on-screen display. $149 is not cheap, but it's looking nice. Yeah, that's not cheap at all for an overlay. My local track uses Slicks P00 saying, even when it's raining. That's majority of rental car tracks. They'll run it. Rain, snow, hail, whatever. You got to keep the show going. We got a few people on Instagram as well talking about what kind of cameras they can use. In Germany, 15 minutes for €20. That sounds about right, I think. Is that outdoor, indoor? Musri. And we got Ab saying, would you be interested in joining a team for the 24-hour endurance based near London, April 2025. I believe that's the Lakeside race you're talking about. Send me a message, Abs, and we'll see. I'm already in talks with one of the teams to do that Lakeside race, but it'll be always good to meet up at the track. Lakeside is one of the best tracks, I have to say, down south. We're going to round off with Stevie today. What's up, Stevie? Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you very much.
It's always great to have you on TV. I'm waiting for some pictures, Stevie. I haven't seen any of your cart. Have you seen? Have you shared any?
Well, yeah, I've got some. I'm going to pick the seat on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I want the centre of gravity to be right.
Amazing. What seat have you landed on? Is it
A
Tillet?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me it fit just about right as well. And
yeah. It's perfect for me.
How's the weather looking these days now?
It's 5 degrees today.
Oh no. I think when you started the project, it was just at the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
And then now it's past. All the good weather's pretty much gone. It looks like you're gonna have to do some outdoor wet weather racing with that car.
If I can afford the wet tires.
Yeah, you can fit those on.
Yeah.
Honestly,
as well.
I think you'll have more fun on slicks. Of course, the risk is higher of beaching the cart into the barriers, but you know, I'd say it's more fun.
We'll have to wait and see.
That's it. What's the timeline looking now? How many weeks out from?
Probably about a fortnight.
Excellent.
I hope to get some footage
Definitely.
end of October.
End of October. Wow. Well, we're looking forward to that and hope to do a initial review of you in an owner cart, because that's going to be a big step in terms of speed and things like that. But you got time now to practice, and I think you can slowly get yourself better and better. Main thing is don't get involved in the current sessions with all the fast guys, because it can risk some bad incidents on track. You know, these guys really.
I'm gonna race with the Bambinos.
With the Bambinos, no, even the Bambinos, you got to watch out for them. They're even more reckless. No, I think you should be all right, and you'll be flying out there. It's a senior you got, right? Senior max engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, direct drive is one of the best. How many hours does the engine have on it? Are you aware of that?
It's got none now because Cartoon at Pair 5 just rebuilt it.
Ah, yes. Oh, beautiful. So what I'd do is actually buy one of those hour counters. Have you got one of them?
It's in the post.
Amazing. That's very important. So just fit that on, and then you know, once the engine starts, you know, going into any issues, you have an approximation. All right, well, it was after 20 hours that this started happening, or whatever. Problem is when you buy a used engine and the previous owner didn't have a count on it, it's all guesswork.
It's all
until it blows up or something, until something goes wrong.
That's
so
Cartoon to rebuild it.
Yeah.
I've got a good idea.
And how much was it to rebuild with them?
That I got all the bits and bobs, and they did me a deal on it.
Excellent. You know, I've seen some extortionate prices, especially when you try and rebuild it with a championship organizer. So, for example, in Middle East, if you want to do the UAE championship, you have to send your engine to be rebuilt and then sealed by the UAE organizers. And they'll charge something. Yeah.
I've told. I mentioned to Cartoon, don't seal it.
Don't seal it. Yeah.
There is no benefit to having it sealed in the race that I'm going in.
Yeah. What they don't require it to be sealed, right?
Don't require it to be sealed. I've got 3 engines now.
3 engines. Whoa.
So,
how did that happen?
Well, people been generous and they just
Yeah.
donate bits and bobs. And I've made up 3 engines.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the second one and give it to Cartoon, because he's a bit of a player and he
Yeah.
likes to port the engines out.
Right.
So I shall give him that one and say, you do what you want to do.
There you go. And that's the flexibility you get.
Yeah.
A question for you, Stevie. We have Hamza in the Instagram chat. He's saying, I want to build a go-kart. And Hamza, the reason I'm handing this over to Stevie is because that's what we're discussing. Stevie, for the past how many months have you been building your own car?
I don't know, about 5.
5 months, right?
About
If you
5
just,
months.
if you quickly talk Hamza through the stage at the beginning and then where you are up until now.
The first thing you want to do is get a good frame. Get a good frame, otherwise it's all for nothing. So get yourself a good chassis, a good rolling chassis. It probably cost you about £1,000, but it'll be pretty new from a racing team and in a good state.
Yeah.
And have the take it to somebody that can put it on the bench and look at it properly to make sure it's not warped or bent in any way, shape, or they should do it for nothing, unless of course it's damaged.
Yeah. And that's why you want to view that chassis or whatever you buy in person, because
exactly.
You don't want it to be bent and things like that. Otherwise, you'll get a surprise.
Yeah, you don't want a surprise later down the line, especially when you put a lot of work into it.
Exactly. What would you do after the chassis? So you bought the chassis now.
So once you've got a rolling chassis on wheels and make sure that your seat is fitted correctly, and make sure you've got the right seat.
The right seat, yeah, very important.
And the next is the engine, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I went the other way round. I spent a few bob on the engine.
What happened with the engine?
It wasn't very good, to be quite honest. But the first one I bought, it wasn't very good at all. So I went down to KFI and had a chat, and they said, "Bring it along, and we'll have a look at it with you." And they did, and they told me exactly what was wrong with it. But KFI Cartoon actually donated a couple of bits and bobs.
Amazing. And
I said, "Well, there's the engine. You get on with it."
Yeah. So that it helps to have expertise, people who are in the field already. They can advise you.
Is it this boy local?
He is probably based in the Middle East, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay.
But all of this is generally universal information wherever you go.
Yeah. If you can find somebody you can talk to, it's a bonus.
There you go. And then you can get free parts to build your own engines.
Yeah.
I think those are basically the fundamentals. Have a good chassis, find a good seat, and then engine is important because you want something again that doesn't have too many hours on it. Easily find parts. So let's say everyone's running a 4-stroke engine where you live, and then you suddenly go and buy a 2-stroke. Well, it's difficult to then get info and things. I'd go with what's popular at your kart club or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
the big thing is get something that will grow with you. Don't get something that you can't handle. Get something that will grow with you. Like you were saying about not going too fast.
Yeah.
To start with. Then get something that you can make a little quicker when you're ready for it. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble.
There you go. got some great advice there for Hamza. Thanks a lot, Stevie, again for coming on and sharing your thing. Was there anything else before we move on to the next driver?
No, just popped in.
It's always a pleasure, and we're nearly there. We nearly are on track. So
Nearly
the
there.
the highly anticipated day is coming up. I'm really looking forward to that.
So am I.
I'm going to go on to Saad. So Stevie, you can stay on the live. You can watch on the live
Yes, I will
stream.
do. You know me, I'll be here.
It's been a pleasure. Saad, I've just got your Google Drive links. We're coming on to about 15 minutes until the end. So let's round off with yours.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just put some videos Marshall took of me.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
just
the
gonna share it
GoPro
now.
footage is taking too much time to upload. So
Gotcha. So basically, this is a CRG chassis,
yeah.
excuse me, and it looks like that's a Rotax, yeah, Rotax Junior engine. It looks like
Oh,
beautiful
Junior.
day. Just by the size of the radiator, possibly Junior. You'll have to confirm next time you're on track to be sure.
Yeah.
There's a very slight difference in radiator size. That's why. Let's get some audio on here. Wow, that's some wonderful audio. So, what's the name of this track again?
S1 Speedway.
S1 Speedway. That's
Yeah,
it.
they got two. They got one in the parking lot of a hotel,
Okay.
and then one here. This
So-
actually used to be Morocco's first karting track, and then another family bought it.
It's like that. And is this only for owner carts then, or they do rentals as well?
No, there's also rents. They do a BRL 4-stroke, and then they also have a BRL 4-stroke chassis with the. It's a DD Max basically.
That's amazing. So is this like an open session? They just allow people with their carts to come and drive for a few hours?
It's basically the first time I went there, I like saw the manager and everything, and he really liked me.
Yeah.
So basically, he said anytime you want to rent this car, just call me and come.
There you go. That's how it is. Sometimes you just gotta go there, speak to the people, and you never know what opportunities you'll get.
Yeah.
So this is becoming. Is it a regular thing that you're doing now? Are you live close to this?
Anytime I go to Marrakesh, I stop by here.
Amazing. So
whenever I have the occasion.
Compared to the first time that you did it, was that a few months back, and now?
Yeah. I got better. Just that the tires here were like really dead.
Oh, the tires. Tell me about that. That's the key part. In owner carts, tires.
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment where there's a close up of this corner, and you can you see the rear tire go up. That's normal.
Yeah.
But then the front tire also goes up, and I'm on like 2 tires.
Extreme flexing. How has the driving technique been from this car to what you're normally used to, the 4-strokes?
Oh, it's different. Mostly just because of the power. And then, yeah, it's a lot of managing the power, because on 4-stroke you just smash it.
Yeah, very true.
And here you can't really just smash it.
That's true. And there's a kick you get. You put your foot down and suddenly you get.
Yeah, my neck was dead after 10 minutes.
That's it. Physically as well, you're gonna feel a big difference. Was there a transponder with like some lap times you could have checked?
They have a transporter on, but like I did, I think 2 seconds a bit slower than my time.
Then
like
last
a second
time.
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, tires. I'm telling you, and that will only get slower and slower from the more sessions you do on it. So there'll be like a peak. I think within 8 sessions you can get decent tire life, and everything from session 8 onwards is all going to be worse and worse. We got element. Yeah.
I think if you see the video right before, if you go frame by frame, you're gonna see all like the 2 tires go up and everything.
Let's see this. Yeah, this is a really nice shot. Oh, there you can see it. Yep. And they look worn as well.
Yeah,
So
they are dead. If I do upload the GoPro footage,
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
moment where I look down at the cart, and just the seat is taped up and everything. I was like, what the hell?
yeah.
It's basically a death machine. It's not safe at all.
Elements is asking, looks great. Is it a Birel chassis? It's actually CRG chassis. And that was your rundown. So how many minutes did you get? How many
I
sessions?
did 10 minutes and then I got a little break and then I did 10 minutes again.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to build up your experience in the faster karts. And honestly, you can use this as preparation before you get maybe your own kart, or you look to do some owner karting yourself.
Yeah, I hope I do, but like it's really expensive in Morocco because there's nothing.
Yeah,
So like you have to ship it all from Europe.
exactly. With places where there's no team set up, there's no kart shops even and things like that, you're gonna have to do everything DIY, and even things like mechanics and all. I think you'll have to.
There's a couple mechanics,
Okay.
but they're charging fees like that's like twice as in Europe.
Okay. Understood. Any news for Mina this year? What's the status with Morocco? Team Morocco.
They're so quiet about it. They're secretive.
Really?
I swear. I
Oh.
feel like they're gonna tell me last second, and then I
Yeah.
have to do my passport, and then I have to do all of those in like in a week.
I'm
So-
surprised, that they're not going to announce it soon, because the registration has opened, or it's going to open very soon, and we're about 2 months out from Mina.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you doing four stroke? I mean DD Max.
I'm doing the RD1 again this year, and
Mhm.
we're planning to enter for senior as well. We just need to finalize some of the teams now and drivers, but that's the plan. Do
Nice.
senior RD1 and then hopefully meet up with you guys.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so.
Just a quick thing, we got Elements asking, how do you rate CRG chassis compared to others? I've never driven CRG, believe it or not. How was your experience, Sad, in CRG?
To be honest, I prefer CRG. I tried a OTK chassis.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
And I was more comfortable on the CRG. I felt like it was more smooth in the corner entry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just personal, but like I think it's just driving style also.
There's very minor differences overall with chassis. If you talk about Birel, Kart Republic, OTK, all these ones, some of them I think come down to even the strength of this chassis. So with some of them, you can't be as aggressive over curbs because they're likely to get damaged. Others, have maybe slightly better aero, so maybe on the straights you're gaining a bit like that, and then overall handling as well. I know a lot of drivers who are converting over to Kart Republic now. They've really felt that the overall package and handling is a lot better on that. But it's all driver preference, and really, I wouldn't look too much into chassis, especially once you just getting into karting, because it's just a matter of getting used to the speeds and all before you can really master that, and then go into your own chassis. Was there anything else to add before we round up for today?
No, I don't got anything.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for joining the track help again and sharing your footage. Maybe next week we can watch the GoPro footage.
Yeah, maybe next week.
That'll be good. We're going to round off with Ryan. So he just finished the 24 hours of Milton Keynes. That was the autumn edition. I just did 24 hours with my team. We came 14th in the Saudi class. Not bad. Any tips for the next one? My best lap was a 14.7, and the team's best was 4/10 faster. Got any tips? Ryan, I'd love you to come on to the academy and we can have a chat about this endurance race that you've done. If you have any footage, I've got some footage as well, which maybe we can go over from my time at Milton Keynes in the Saudis. I'm going to bring up my lap times and all as well. But in terms of actual tips for 24 hours of Milton Keynes, since I did that earlier where it was closer to summer, say the weather's a big difference. I think you guys started the race today or yesterday on wet conditions. So the wet line is the most important thing you need to be focusing on. And then if you're talking about you're about 4/10 off the best timing in your team, that's not bad, because different teams will have different abilities. Now, of course, the top teams, they'll be like half a second between each, half a tenth between each driver. They'll try and keep it as close as possible. But I mean, there's key things I'd like to discuss with you. Was this your first endurance race? Have you done any wet weather driving before? What kind of practice were you heading into this? And just like we discussed with Manav at the beginning of today's session, which was all endurance race tips, I'd say practice is very important. And then, keeping as consistent as possible. Doesn't matter if you're slightly slower than others. You can keep your lap times as similar as possible. In the long run, across especially 24 hours, you will be quite steady. What you don't want to do is be, very, very quick on one lap and then suddenly lose a second and then get stuck behind traffic and then maybe spin out and then, you're just losing overall 10, 20 seconds within a few laps. We're going to round it off there, guys, for track help for today. It's always a pleasure to have everyone join. As I said, the Academy is free to join. Send a request. We've got 2 track help sessions now. Saturday mornings, which is more suitable for East Asian viewers. And of course, this Sunday session at the same time, the evening, which is suitable for European and US viewers. Until next week on Saturday then, we'll see you all then. Take care. Good night.